even the best of us forget sometimes. But buckling up is one thing you always want to remember.
Seatbelts save lives. Drive safe, Alabama. A message from your Alabama Department of Transportation.
Good evening and welcome to Sports Night in Auburn. I'm Kennedy Gooden.
And I'm Andy Hewling.
Tonight we've got a full show for you, including a tough SEC road test for the Auburn Tigers, a look at the new AP Top 25 poll, and the World Series matchup has been set.
All that and more coming up on Sports Night in Auburn. Auburn looked to put an end to their two-game skid this past weekend as they traveled to Oxford to take on the University of Mississippi. The Tigers had not been doing too hot lately, dropping 3 of the last 4 to teams such as LSU, Mississippi State, and Tennessee.
And that streak would go down just like Ole Miss. Auburn would come into Vaught-Hemingway Stadium and walk away with an impressive 31-16 win to move them to 2-3 in conference play and 5-3 overall.
After all the negative press from the fans and the media, Malzahn said, "We went through a storm last week, through all the negativity that goes with it, and either it divides, and I think a lot of people root for that, or it brings you together."
Jertavius Whitlow would rush for a season-high 117 yards on 19 carries as the Auburn offense was in stride after a few weeks of not hitting the 200-yard mark on the ground. The Tigers rolled up 484 yards of total offense.
Jarrett Stidham, just 1 week after receiving boos at home, came out in front of the fans and showed them why he needed to start. He took control of the offense and remained calm throughout the game, even when facing pressure. Stidham would finish the day 13 for 22 and 215 yards and a touchdown. But the key stat was this. Jarrett Stidham is a quarterback who had no turnovers, and the Tigers as a team had no turnovers. A big step from that just a week ago against Tennessee. The SEC announced the Players of the Week just this morning. Auburn sophomore Nick Coe earned the Defensive Lineman of the Week honors after his performance in Saturday's win. Coe finished with 5 tackles and a career-high 3.5 sacks, most by any Auburn player since Quentin Gross had 3 sacks against Florida in 2006. This is the second time he has been named Defensive Lineman of the Week, after earning this honor in Week 1 over the Tigers' win over Washington. So Auburn had a lot better performance this week, rushing for 269 yards. Really good performance from Deshaun Davis, and they were much better on third downs, going 7 for 14. Kennedy, what do you think of the Tigers' performance this week?
I think they're definitely improving. I'm hoping that they continue to improve. They had a really slow start this season, so just getting better offensively is what we need, and I think they're going to get to that. I agree.
I think Auburn really answered the critics as far as negativity and stuff like that. Have they given up? No, I don't think this team has. I think they really had a chip on their shoulder this weekend, and I think a lot of people saw that they were ready to answer the call this week. Coming up, we'll take a look at everything that's going on outside of the Plains. You're watching Sports Night in Auburn.
Fans, direct your attention to the flagpole for a special presentation.
You never really leave Auburn, because Auburn never leaves you.
So, I just moved in with his family, and it's embarrassing. The little one, he likes to go outside and crawl around in the giant litter box. I don't know what he's doing. I mean, I was born and I knew how to use the litter box. Look at that. That's disgusting. Oh, poop already. You're making me nervous. Oh, okay, I can't look at this anymore. I really hope he grows out of this, for his sake.
I hope that you've been able to learn a strong work ethic surrounded by character, integrity, perseverance, so that when your 1 second comes, you'll be prepared for it.
Chris Davis.
45, there goes Davis!
Your 1 second, our 1 second is now. And our lives have been guided by the principles of one of the greatest academic institutions in the country, Auburn University.
Late Sunday, the Associated Press released their official college football poll after Week 8.
Alabama continues their reign at the top as they claim the top spot again. Clemson comes up at number 2, with Notre Dame moving up to number 3, LSU at number 4, and Michigan rounding out the top 5.
Texas hits their highest ranking of the season as they are at number 6, Georgia at number 7, Oklahoma at 8, Florida at 9, and UCF sitting at 10.
Ohio State falls to number 11, Kentucky comes in at 12, Washington State jumps to 13, West Virginia at 14, and Washington at 15.
Texas A&M at 16, Penn State 17, Iowa 18, Oregon falls to 19, and Wisconsin comes in at 20.
South Florida goes to 21, NC State goes down to 22, Utah at 23, Stanford at 24, and for the first time in program history, Appalachian State is ranked at number 25.
The biggest loser from the weekend was Ohio State, who fell 9 spots after falling to unranked Purdue by a final of 49-20. Oregon also fell a ways, dropping 7 spots after falling to Washington State.
Moving on to the winners from the weekend, Washington State jumped 11 spots after taking down the Ducks. LSU and Notre Dame prime themselves to be in the college football playoff when the official poll is released in the coming weeks.
Cam Newton and the Carolina Panthers traveled to Philadelphia to take on the reigning Super Bowl champion Eagles. Cam and the Panthers would go down by 17 early, but would storm back, tying the franchise record for largest comeback as Cam would throw a touchdown to Greg Olsen with just under a minute and a half left in the fourth quarter. Newton would finish the day 25 for 49 with 269 yards and 2 touchdowns, adding 7 carries for 49 yards. The win moves the Panthers to 4-2, while the loss drops the Eagles to 3-4.
Just a few weeks ago on Sunday night, Lions rookie and Auburn alum Kerryon Johnson became the first Detroit running back with 100 yards rushing in a game since 2013. Sunday, he proved that it was not just a one-week thing. Johnson toted the rock 19 times for 158 yards as the Lions took down the Dolphins by a final score of 32-21. The win moves the Lions to 3-3, and the loss takes the Dolphins to 4-3 on the year.
Drew Brees entered Sunday having defeated 31 teams in the NFL. The one team he had yet to defeat, the Baltimore Ravens. The Saints traveled to Baltimore to try and help Brees get the record. This game would come down to the wire as down by 7, Joe Flacco would hit John Brown for the score, and Justin Tucker, who had never missed an extra point in his career, would not be able to convert, and the Ravens would fall to the Saints by a final score of 24-23. The win moves the Saints to 5-1, and the loss drops the Ravens to 4-3.
The nightcap from Sunday put 2 of the more high-powered offenses in football against each other, but it seems as if only one of them decided to show up. Patrick Mahomes would toss 4 touchdowns, and Kareem Hunt would run for 1 and catch 2, and Tyreek Hill would catch 1 as the Chiefs would take down the Bengals 45-10. Andy Dalton finished the game 15 for 29 with 148 yards and a touchdown with an interception. The win puts the Chiefs right atop the AFC and at 6-1, while the loss moves the Bengals to 4-3.
Shifting away from the highlights, just hours ago, a trade was completed to send Raiders wide receiver Amari Cooper to the Cowboys in exchange for a first-round draft pick in the 2019 draft. Cooper makes the second big-name player John Gruden has traded to go along with Khalil Mack. Oakland now owns 3 picks in the first round of the upcoming draft.
Well, October is coming to an end for baseball fans, and that means it's time to cherish every pitch because the season is coming to an end. With the end of the season means 2 great words: the World Series.
After forcing a Game 7, the Brewers were looking to claim their spot to represent the National League in the World Series. The Dodgers, however, had other ideas. After a Yasiel Puig home run, the Dodgers took control and came away with the win and will face the Boston Red Sox to battle for the trophy.
The World Series will begin Tuesday in Boston, with Chris Sale expected to take the mound for the Red Sox, and Rich Hill will be ready to go for the Dodgers if Clayton Kershaw is not ready to pitch.
When one season ends, that means another is just beginning. The NBA season has begun, and the LeBron James Lakers era in Los Angeles is real. The Lakers opened their season with 2 hard-fought games against the Portland Trail Blazers and at home against the Houston Rockets. Unfortunately for LeBron, his first win in the purple and gold will have to wait as the Lakers drop both games with the game in Houston, having some drama as both Rajon Rondo and Brandon Ingram have been suspended for their roles in a fight from late in the game.
Elsewhere around the league, many rookies are making their presence, including Atlanta Hawks first-round draft pick Trae Young. Young put 35 points and 11 assists, becoming only the 5th rookie to put up those numbers in the last 25 years, joining the likes of Steph Curry, LeBron James, Allen Iverson, and Jason Kidd.
Lastly, the Golden State Warriors, who many have picked to win the NBA championship, have started the season 2-1 with wins coming against the Oklahoma City Thunder and Utah Jazz, and their lone loss coming at the hands of the Denver Nuggets.
After the break, we'll get a recap of everything that happened here on the Plains. Keep it right here on Sports Night in Auburn.
Recently, our country has witnessed catastrophic devastation. Hurricanes and flooding have upended lives and livelihoods.
Across this great country, Americans have answered the call.
That special calling that compels us, when others are down, to step up and do whatever it takes.
America's at her best when, against all odds, we come together and lift each other up.
Please donate to oneamericaappeal.org. America needs you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Look at you. You're at the top of your game. You're unstoppable. Nothing can throw you off track. Wait, is that your car? Uh-oh. Yeah, I saw that coming. That will throw you off track. You're looking at around 10 grand in fines, legal fees, and increased insurance rates. Let's try this again. Smart move. Because buzz driving is drunk driving.
Auburn guards Jared Harper and Bryce Brown were both named to the preseason All-SEC team by a panel of media members from the Southeastern Conference and other national outlets.
Brown was named to the 2019 Jerry West Shooting Guard of the Year Award watch list, and Harper earned his spot on the 2019 Bob Cousy Point Guard of the Year Award watch list.
As a team of Tigers have been voted to finish 3rd in the SEC, which is with the highest predicted start since the 1999 and 2000 season, where they were chosen to finish 1st in the conference.
Auburn basketball kicks off the season on November 6th against South Alabama at 8 p.m. on the SEC Network. Auburn volleyball was on the road Friday against the Missouri Tigers. Missouri would prevail 3-1, giving Auburn a 5-game losing streak in SEC play. Brenna McElroy led the Tigers with 13 digs, and Taylor Rowland added 12 kills in the match.
Auburn soccer faced off against the Arkansas Razorbacks on Sunday. The Tigers would trail 2-0 going into halftime, but would get a goal back from Angeline Daly. 2 minutes later, the Razorbacks would score a 3rd goal and go on to win 3-1.
Coming up, we'll take a look at what's coming up in your Tiger sports. Keep it right here on Sports Night in Auburn.
Open road, here comes the Heffley family.
Whether it's a short trip or a long haul.
Estimated time, 47 hours.
They will beg.
You're hungry? I'm happy to provide.
They will plead.
Deep fried butter on a stick.
But whatever you do, don't wimp out.
Now you're talking.
Make them buckle up.
He can't hurt.
Remember, safety first. Cheese curls second.
Are you orange?
Here is my handle and here is my spout.
When I get all steamed up, then I shout.
Tip me over and pour me out. Oh.
It only takes a moment to make a moment.
Cheers.
Take time to be a dad today.
This week in Auburn athletics, men's tennis will play in the ITA Southern Regionals in Tuscaloosa on Tuesday.
Women's soccer will take on Alabama Thursday night at 8 at the Auburn Soccer Complex.
Friday, volleyball plays Ole Miss at 7 p.m. in the Auburn Arena. Women's tennis competes in the Marlis Groover Auburn Fall Invite, and cross country will compete in the SEC Championships.
Women's volleyball will play Arkansas on Sunday at 1:30 at Auburn Arena.
That's all that we have for you tonight. Be sure you're keeping up with all of the latest Auburn sports news throughout the week by following us on Twitter at EETV_sports, and be sure to head to our website, eagleeyeauburn.com. I'm Kennedy Gooden.
And I'm Andy Hewling. Thanks for joining us, and War Eagle.